Building a barndominium the wrong way could easily cost you $50,000 or more in mistakes. I've seen it happen. That's why today, I am breaking down the exact step-by-step process that not only saves you a ton of money, but also helps you avoid the biggest, most expensive pitfalls. From picking the perfect piece of land all the way to your final inspection, this is the ultimate guide on how to build a barndominium in 2025. First things first, let's talk about land. This is your foundation, literally and figuratively. Your journey starts by selecting land that has the proper zoning for barndominiums. Don't just fall in love with a view, you have to do your homework. Check the local building codes, look for any sneaky HOA restrictions, and most importantly, verify utility access. You'll need water, electricity, and septic, and bringing those services to a raw piece of land can be incredibly expensive if they are not already nearby. Generally, you'll find that rural areas have fewer restrictions, which is why they're so popular for barndo builds. Also, critically, you need to ensure the land has good drainage and is suitable for a concrete slab foundation. A soggy piece of land is a recipe for disaster. Budget-wise, you should be prepared to spend anywhere from $30,000 to $100,000 for land, depending heavily on the location and acreage. A good piece of land sets you up for success, so don't rush this step. Once you have your land, you have three main options for the build itself. Let's break them down. The first option is a barndominium kit. These typically cost between $20 and $50 per square foot and include all the primary materials with detailed assembly instructions. It's a great middle ground for those who are handy but don't want to source every single nail and screw themselves. Your second option is a full custom build with a general contractor. This is the most hands-off approach. It'll cost you more, usually between $100 and $200 per square foot, but your contractor handles everything from A to Z. This is perfect if you value your time and peace of mind over saving every last penny. The third option is the full DIY build. This is where you can see some serious savings, often 30 to 40% of the total cost. But, and this is a huge but, it requires significant construction knowledge, a lot of your own time, and a whole lot of sweat equity. Be honest with yourself about your skills, your budget, and your timeline before you decide which path is right for you. Now let's talk about money. How are you going to pay for all this? Traditional mortgages often don't cover barndominiums because they're considered non-traditional structures. So, you'll likely need to explore other avenues like construction loans, which are designed for building projects, or land loans if you're buying the land separately first. Of course, paying with cash is the simplest option if you have the capital. Before you even think about breaking ground, you absolutely must secure your permits from the local building department. Don't skip this. Getting caught building without permits can lead to massive fines and even being forced to tear your structure down. Expect permit costs to be anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000. You'll need to submit very detailed plans, including your foundation design, electrical layouts, plumbing schematics, and structural engineering drawings. With permits in hand, it's time for the real work to begin, the foundation. The concrete slab foundation is the unsung hero of your barndominium. First, the land is cleared and leveled perfectly. Then, a reinforced concrete slab, typically 4 to 6 inches thick, is poured. This isn't just a slab of concrete. It needs to include proper drainage, all your utility hookups for plumbing, and electrical and moisture barriers to prevent issues down the road. The foundation will cost you around $5 to $10 per square foot. This step usually takes 1 to 2 weeks, and its quality will determine the stability and longevity of your entire home. Do not cut corners here. Next up, the frame goes up, and this is where your barndo really starts to take shape. Barndominium frames almost always use steel posts and trusses. Why? Because steel offers incredible durability, strength, and resistance to things like termites and fire. Unless you have direct experience with heavy construction and steel erection, I strongly recommend hiring professionals for this step. Most steel frame kits come pre-engineered, so the parts bolt together on-site relatively quickly. You can expect the frame to be fully erected in just 3 to 7 days. The cost for the frame is typically $15 to $25 per square foot. In less than a week, you'll go from a flat slab to a structure that has a real skeleton and shape. It's a very exciting phase of the build. Once the skeleton is up, it's time to put some skin on it. This means installing your roofing and siding. Metal roofing is the standard for barndominiums, and for good reason. It has fantastic longevity, often lasting 50 years or more, and requires very little maintenance. You'll also install metal panels for the siding, and you have a huge variety of colors and finishes to choose from to create the exact look you want. Critically, during this stage, you'll add insulation between the metal exterior and where your interior walls will go. This is vital for temperature control and energy efficiency. Don't skimp on insulation. The entire exterior completion phase takes about 2 to 4 weeks, and you should budget $10 to $20 per square foot for the roofing and siding materials. Now that your building is weatherproof, it's time to bring it to life from the inside out. This starts with the rough ends for plumbing, electrical, and HVAC. This is another area where you must hire licensed professionals. It's not just about quality, it's about safety and meeting code. This stage happens before any interior walls or drywall goes up. You need to plan your outlet locations, light switch placements, and plumbing fixtures very carefully to ensure the home is functional for your lifestyle. The ductwork for your heating and cooling systems is also installed throughout the structure at this time. Depending on the size of your barndo, rough-in costs can range from $15,000 to $40,000. It's a complex process that usually takes 2 to 3 weeks to complete. With the guts of the house in place, you can start defining your living space by framing the interior walls. You can use traditional wood studs or metal studs to create your individual rooms, bedrooms, bathrooms, closets, and your great room. This is where your floor plan finally becomes a physical reality. While you're framing, you'll also insulate all of the exterior walls. Spray foam or high-quality fiberglass bats are common choices. You'll want to aim for R values of at least R19 to R30 for your walls, depending on your climate, to keep your home comfortable and your energy bills low. Interior framing is relatively inexpensive, costing about $3 to $7 per square foot. Now for the fun part, the interior finishing. This is where your house becomes a home. Drywall is hung on all the interior walls, then it's taped, mud, sanded, and painted to create a smooth, finished look. After that, you'll choose and install your flooring. Polished concrete is a very popular, durable, and cost-effective option for barndos, but you can also go with tile, hardwood, or luxury vinyl plank. Then come the cabinets, countertops, light fixtures, and bathroom fixtures. This is the stage that truly creates the livable space and shows off your personal aesthetic. It's also one of the most variable in terms of cost, ranging from $30 to $75 per square foot and taking anywhere from 4 to 8 weeks to complete. You're almost there. Before you can move in, you have to pass your final inspections. An inspector from the building department will come out to check the electrical, plumbing, structural integrity, and overall safety to ensure everything is up to code. If they find any violations, you'll have to make corrections and have them re-inspected. Once you pass everything, you'll be granted your certificate of occupancy. This is the golden ticket that officially makes your building a legal residence. With that in hand, you can start moving in, completing your landscaping, and adding those final exterior touches for curb appeal. So, from start to finish, how long does it take? A typical barndominium build takes anywhere from 6 to 12 months, depending on the size, complexity, and how smoothly everything goes. The best way to build a barndominium is to plan thoroughly, budget realistically, and hire professionals for the specialized work you can't handle. All in, you should expect total costs to be in the range of $100 to $200 per square foot for a completely finished build. My biggest piece of advice is to avoid rushing the process. Don't cut corners on crucial things like the foundation or insulation to save a few bucks. It will cost you far more in the long run. Take your time, do it right, and you'll have a beautiful, durable home that will last for decades. If you found this guide helpful, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe for more barndominium content. I'd love to hear from you. So drop a comment below telling me which step of the process you're most concerned about, or what questions you still have. And be sure to check out my other videos on barndominium floor plans and design ideas. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.